for That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly. That Business Show gives a voice to Tampa Bay's entrepreneurial community and highlights our community leaders, aiming to inspire and educate our listeners. Become a part of the entrepreneurial movement today by becoming a member of the Tampa Bay Business Owners and get your brand on air today. Visit TampaBayRadio.com for more information. All shows available on demand. Now, here are your hosts, Jamie and Kelly.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and happy middle of the week to you on That Business Show. Now with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business. Kelly is out sick today. She is not feeling well, so it is just me in studio. So we're reverting back to That Business Show just with Jamie Meloni this morning. And our guest for the hour, if you can stick with us for the entire hour, I'll be amazed because we've got Charlie the Plumber in here, and he's the only guest I got in here for the hour. So it's me and Charlie in a one-on-one. And for guests that are familiar with the program, know that Charlie is never short on words or opinions, and he's definitely fired up because Donald Trump got elected, and you know he's definitely a Trump guy and everything. So Charlie, welcome to the program this morning.
Hey, good morning, Jamie. Good morning. Another great day to be alive in America, brother. Hey, I got my flag. I'm saluting it. You know what? God bless America. Anybody that burns my flag, guess what? Donald Trump's going to put you in jail.
Hey, that was an interesting talking point this week that Donald Trump put out. The anybody burning the American flag should lose citizenship. But you know he's got to think though before he tweets. I completely understand that, and I'm a supporter of that. But the Supreme Court has upheld the decision that it's a freedom of speech to be able to burn the flag and stuff. So what do you say to something like that?
Well, I got the freedom of speech to put my boot up their ass too. How about that? You know what? I think what they ought to do for punishment, put them in the steel cage for 5 minutes with Charlie the Plumber. Hey, yeah, nobody will be burning the flag. I tell you what, Jamie, you know what? We take that dear to heart. See, I'm waving my flag. See, I can give it a salute. You know, I stand for the national anthem. Jim Yeager does too, being a Marine Corps veteran. You know what? He loves this country. Jim Yeager's a great American. His wife, Susan, they've built a great, wonderful company. Yeager Flooring and Company. You know what? A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Number 1 on Angie's list.
Yep, support.
You know what? Look him up. Yeager Flooring and Company. You know what? This guy is my mentor. This guy, I look up to Jim. He's my slightly older, much better looking, much smarter brother. You know what? This guy, he's a role model for other contractors. You know what? People need to look at somebody like Jim Yeager. He's a business creator. He creates jobs for people. He does the community a great service. He makes beautiful kitchens and bathrooms and floors and more.
And this segment is brought to him by Jim Yeager of Yeager and Company, or YeagerFlooring.com. That's how I met Charlie the Plumber last year here on this program, and a couple of fellow Marines. So be sure to support them and small business here in America. Jim Yeager, third-generation flooring and general contractor, can help you with all your building needs, specializing specifically in flooring and kitchen and bathroom modeling. And then when the plumbing needs done, that's when they call Charlie the Plumber in there.
Charlie the deplorable plumber. You know what? He has so much plumbing work, Jamie, I can't handle it all. But you know what? He has quality contractors. He has 3 general contractors. There's his employees. They do a tremendous job. Let's see. There's Rich DeTroxo, Meloni Carter, and there's Mark. Mark's he's had his. I mean, he's basically retired, but he still works for Yeager. I guess part time. He's had his. I guess Mark's in his 60s. He's had his general contractor's license since he was like 25. Another great American. You know what? It's just a great American success story. Their business was started in 1944 up in Philadelphia, and they moved down here, and it's a family.
How's the year treated you with regard to the plumbing business, though? You doing pretty good there?
Doing great. I'm slammed. I got all the work I want to handle, Jamie. You know, I got a small business, and I'm happy with the work that I'm doing. I don't want to get so much to where I have so much stress. You know what? People don't know how to be happy. Spend 24 hours with Charlie the Plumber, and I'll show you how to be happy. You know what? People have so much stress in their life, and I know Jim Yeager does too. God bless him, man. I love this guy, man.
There ain't a small business owner out there without stress. I don't know business without stress.
Yeah. Jim gets it all from, you know what? He does such a great job with customers. Let me tell you what. He is so dependable, reliable. There's so many great compliments about Jim Yeager and his company on Angie's List. It's just incredible. I mean, he's a great American. You know what? If I was Donald Trump, I would hire Jim Yeager for Secretary of the State. You know what? Jim Yeager can get the job done. He runs his business like a well-oiled Marine Corps company, a unit. And
what do you think of that Secretary of the State position? You think he should go with Mitt Romney or Rudy Giuliani or one of those other guys that are in the news right now?
Well, I'm kind of thinking, you should go with Mitt Romney. You know why? You can hire him, and then he can tell him you're fired. I wanted to hire you just so I could fire you, Mitt Romney.
I wonder how much of that whole this whole situation is Trump wanting to be a little bit vindictive, because he's got that side of his personality to kind of set somebody up for something like that. Because you got to admit, Mitt Romney came after him during the election.
He was nasty. Mitt Romney was. You know what? I tell you what, I wouldn't hire him. But then again, Donald Trump's a lot richer and smarter than I am. But you got to remember, Charlie the Plumber, I was one of his biggest cheerleaders, one of his biggest supporters. I did 5 Trump rallies. I was for Donald Trump before it was cool to be for Donald Trump. Hey, you remember one of the first shows I did with you? I told you we needed a businessman to run this country as a business, not to run it into the ground as a community organizer, and another $10 trillion to the debt. You know what? If we ran our businesses like our government ran their business, Jamie, we would be bankrupt and put in jail for fraud. You know what? Donald Trump's not beholden to anybody. You know what? His biggest contributions were from the little people. I think it was like around $61 a pop. And you know what? That's what we need. Somebody in office that's not beholden to the big banks, to any of the special interest groups, to do what they say they were going to do. And you know what? We're going to hold Donald Trump's feet to the fire, too. If he doesn't do what he says he's going to do, if he doesn't at least try, we'll fire him too. Nobody's beyond reproach.
It's going to be definitely interesting next 4 years. What are you predicting over the next 4 years? I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of differences. I mean, because he's only one man. You still got to deal with Congress and the Senate and the politicians and the media and all that stuff. He's already starting to cave in. He's already going back on some of his promises.
Well, you know what? He's trying to be the kinder, gentler Donald Trump.
I don't think that exists.
He says, we really don't want to put Hillary in jail. But you know what? It's not up to him.
I mean, he's already backtracking on what he said about Obamacare. He's already backtracking what he said on Hillary. I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm just saying he's already starting to backtrack.
Well, this is the way I look at it. You know what? He's being all nice about Hillary and stuff. But you know what? It's not up to him. It's up to the Attorney General that he appoints and that they confirm. And let me tell you what, even if Obama gives her a pardon before he leaves office, I'm sure there's plenty other things like her foundation.
And let me clarify. I mean, I do believe that is the right move. I don't want to see Hillary prosecuted. I think that's is a divisive move on behalf of Trump to do that.
Not necessarily, but it's not going to be up to Donald Trump to do. It's going to be up to the Justice Department. And if they do appoint a special prosecutor, what I want to see is what's fair for Charlie the Plumber is fair for Hillary and everybody else. There should not be one set of laws for the elite and one set of laws for the Joe Sixpack.
Oh, I know, yeah, the Clintons definitely have been above the law through the years and everything. But I think it's time to unite America. I know that's going to be difficult to do under Donald Trump, but sending Hillary Clinton off to prison is, I think, just a divisive move.
We're going to make America safe and great again. You know what? We're going to build that wall. We're going to keep the people of this country who want to do us harm and kill us. Before we talk about what happened in Ohio with that terrorist attack, let me give a shout out to a couple of people here. My buddy Matt Lasita and his wife Kathy and Ed Rourke. Matt, I did a custom shower pan for him the other day, and Matt's a retired master sergeant from the Army. He was an MP. What a great American. I love you. I love you, brother. Hey, I'm giving Matt a salute right now. He's watching live in the living color. My brother, I'm giving you away. You know what? You know what he did? He said he was an MP. You know what he did? He waterboarded terrorist rat bastards. I love you, brother. Hey, waterboarding's coming back to a neighborhood near these jihadis real soon. You know what? Donald Trump's not afraid to call a spade, a terrorist. And you know what? Waterboarding's not torture. No. You want to see torture? Give him an hour with Charlie the Plumber. I'll show him torture.
This is completely unscripted, by the way, people. This is really Charlie the Plumber in here.
Paper right here.
Unscripted, unedited, and that's why I got to kind of monitor him in studio and everything. Got to give him to the audience in doses and everything.
Yeah, we'll give you a disclaimer.
It's always a different show when Charlie the Plumber's in studio and everything. So but nonetheless, it's entertaining, and we definitely enjoy Charlie the Plumber in here each and every morning. The incident in Ohio this past week, fortunately, we had a police sergeant on duty, took care of the situation with like 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah, it was incredible. You know what? my buddy Mike Batcho, we call him Mike the Bully Batcho, he hit it right on the head. He said, Charlie, I knew right away it was a terrorist attack. You know what? Because they didn't come out in the media. They did not, oh, you know what? Somebody ran over some people with a car. He got it and started stabbing them. I'm thinking that's the MO of ISIS. That's what they have on their website. That's exactly what they want to do. Oh, and John Kasich was saying, well, you know, just because he was a Islamic jihadi from Somalia, you know, that came to this, you know, nothing to see here, you know, don't get excited. Don't get excited. Don't get excited. They want to come over here and kill us. Come on, guys. Get real. You know what? Let's make our country safe again. You know, Mike the Bully Batcho had it right. Mike, I love you, brother. Giving him a salute too. Navy veteran. Oh, you know what? I want all these guys on my side. Even Jim Yeager, if there's ever push comes to shove, these guys got your back. You know what? They're all successful businessmen, successful people. They're great Americans. They're in that basket full of deplorables.
And for people that listen to the regular radio regularly, you've probably heard Charlie the Plumber on other radio stations. He checks in quite frequently with Jack and Ted up front, and also gets through with NPR every now and then.
Oh, yeah. They love me in NPR. Let me tell you what. Hey, I give them a mouthful from Charlie, the Christian capitalist conservative plumber, and like I tell them, for that, I apologize to no one. If I offend anybody, oh well, get over it.
Let's take a break here. Currently in studio with the Charlie the Plumber, and he's going to be with the program throughout the hour. So if you can stomach him throughout the hour, I definitely appreciate that. And then in the 8 o'clock hour, it'll be our Working Woman Wednesdays segment. So please stay tuned to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Taseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktaseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. Rick Taseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project.
Savvy business owners utilize technology to connect with customers, communicate among teams, and collaborate with partners. Even with advances in technology, you all know it's not infallible. Where do you turn when your technology starts working against you? Who do you depend on to keep your team productive? Don't wait until your technology fails you. Get ahead of the crisis and contact the professionals at Alpha Computing Solutions so they can show you how to keep your technology running smoothly. Visit them online at www.alphacomputing.com.
Who doesn't have a smartphone these days? And of course, there's an app for everything. Well, almost everything. That's why the folks at Popcorn Apps started developing mobile applications. They saw people like you with genius ideas, unable to make those thoughts a reality. They develop applications for tens of thousands of dollars less than you'll find anywhere else, and will turn your idea into a reality in a matter of just a few months. Think you're not ready? Think again. They are your one-stop shop for mobile application development. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today. Did you know the biggest challenge business leaders face today is creating an engaged and productive workforce culture? Bill Meyer Ham Consulting wants to help you solve this challenge. They will help you transform your workforce culture to produce amazing business results. Call Bill Meyer Ham Consulting at 941-201-4650 today or visit BillMeyerHam.com. That's BillMeyerHam.com. Have a conversation.
I knew Mom wanted to stay at home. It's the center of her family, her life. But helping Mom stay in her home while managing mine was just too much. Honestly, it wasn't just about me. Mom didn't want me to be her caretaker. She wanted me to be her daughter. I felt so alone until I found out about Home Instead Senior Care. When we met the people at Home Instead, we just knew they were different. The experience was personal. And most importantly, for Mom and me, I get to be her daughter again.
Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
At Vein 911, we will help you feel great again. Do you have restless legs, night leg cramps, or ankle swelling? Restless legs, cramping, swelling, and tired heavy legs are often symptoms of hidden vein disease. You do not have to have visible bulging veins to have the symptoms of vein disease. The vein care specialists at Vein 911 are uniquely qualified to evaluate and treat your veins. Are you unhappy with your previous vein treatment? Vein 911 succeeds where others fail. Call Vein 911 today at 855-VEIN-911. That's 855-834-6911 to book your free consultation. Vein 911. We will help you feel great again.
From the Spectrum Traffic Center.
Serious crash investigation has, for the most part, the intersection of 56th Street and Hillsborough blocked. So you may want to consider your alternates like 40th and 50th Streets in the north and southbound direction, and also MLK in the east and westbound direction. Also, a crash on Sun City Center Boulevard at 301 has one lane blocked, and heavy traffic on westbound I-4 approaching downtown Tampa. See traffic problems, call the injury firm of Abrahamson Uterick Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Stand Up to Cancer.
I'm Tony Goldwyn. 20 years ago, when my mom had lung cancer, she didn't have many choices. But today, you do. If you've been diagnosed with lung cancer, please visit standuptocancer.org/lungcancer to learn more.
Today, a mix of sun and clouds with just a slight rain chance, high 83. Tonight, some patchy fog, low 68. Tomorrow, a 20% chance of showers, high 80.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed the show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here are your hosts, Jamie and Kelly.
And welcome back to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business. Kelly Wilson is out sick this morning. Probably a good thing, too, because she'd be scared to death in here with Charlie the Plumber this morning. She got a little bit of a dose of him a couple weeks ago, but it was in a diluted setting with other people. I was thinking about calling sick on her and letting her deal with you one-on-one. I don't know if she could handle that.
Oh, Kelly, I'm wishing you a speedy recovery. God bless you. We love you. You know what? I can't blame you for not wanting to come in, though. Hey, you know what? I have a hard time taking so much of myself, too. Sometimes I just, hey, it's just one of those things. It's all good, though.
Now, Charlie is a former professional wrestler, and during the break there, Gary over here runs the live video stream right now, was bringing back some memories there with Bob Cook and a tugboat there, and so you did some wrestling gigs with him. You're starting to tell me a story there about something there. What will you share?
Yeah, I'll tell you a story, but, Bob Cook, what a great guy, and Big Fred, man, what an awesome two wrestlers that I've had a chance to work with over the years. And I'll tell you something about Fred right away. We were one of the first TV tapings we were doing when he showed up. I walk outside. We just got dressed, me and my partner, Kenny Kyle, the Star Riders, Rock and Blade, the Florida Tag Team Champions of the world. And so I'm thinking, we're all big, bad, and tough, right? And I walk out of the locker room. I see this guy. He's a mountain of a man. I'm thinking, damn, that's the biggest man in the world. I mean, big, muscular, just incredible. I mean, I was in awe. I go back in the locker room and says, Kenny, I just seen the biggest man in the world. And he's like looking at me like, yeah, right. He's like, he walks out, he comes back in. He says, damn, that's the biggest man in the world. Big Fred, what a gentle giant. What a great guy. We've been in the ring with him. I've been clotheslined by Big Fred, and let me tell you what, it ain't pretty. It hurts, and you know what? He wasn't even trying to hurt us.
I mean, you guys get hurt in that ring, though. I mean, it's not. I mean, people say, "Oh, wrestling's fake" and everything. I mean, yeah, the outcomes are pre-planned, and yes, it is fake. But the bumps you're all taking in that ring are real.
Oh yeah, the bumps, the injuries are for real, and sometimes you get jerks out there. I was talking to Bob Cook years ago. We go way back. Bob Cook, what a worker! This guy here was the epitome of a professional wrestler, getting out there and being able to put on the great show, night in, night out. And he was doing a wrestling match with Van Vader, and he told me they went over a spot in the beginning of the match, and they're supposed to do a couple little things, have a little high spot, and then boom, take it home. That's when you end the match. Well, anyway, they went to go lock up. Van Vader punches him right in the face and knocks him out. And 1, 2, 3. Really? You know what? I'm thinking, what a dick. You know, Van Vader, what a horrible human being he is. I mean, to do that, and geez, you know what? You got people out there that want to hurt you for nothing. And Bob was telling me about that. I'm thinking, wow, you know, I'm thinking if I ever get in the ring with this guy, I'm bringing my gun.
How often does it happen, though, when you're in the business where you go over a spot with another wrestler and they just totally, you know, kayfabe on it or whatever? They just totally go a different direction.
It did not happen often, but usually the guys will forget a spot or something. But, you know, you get guys out there and they got a superiority complex, and they're all, you know, most of these guys are pretty macho. And let me tell you what, it just takes big cojones to get out in that ring, because if people have never been out in that ring, if you've never been in a fight in the ring or even on the outside, but when you get in the ring and you're in front of thousands of people, you get butterflies. It's like going on stage. You know, because I've done the MMA style matches where I've actually beaten people up and knocked them out for real. You know, and that, to me, that was a lot of fun too. That was
you got knocked out one time, and you told the story of the Moondogs hit you over the head with that steel chair.
I didn't get knocked out, but he gave me a concussion. He hit me in the back of the head with a steel chair so hard it sounded like a shotgun going off in my ear. And he hit me from behind. See, you got bullies out there that do this. But the next night, he wound up going to the hospital, so, you know, tit for a tat, and his eye was hanging out of the socket. So I kind of ruined his night the next night, but, you know, I had that concussion for a while, and I wasn't happy about that. But most of the time, it's very professional. The guys try to protect each other, but you know what? If push comes to shove, if you can't take care of yourself, oh, well, you know, now, what you gonna do?
Now, you're with FCW, was it? Florida Championship Wrestling?
Yeah, Florida Championship Wrestling was part of the NWA. It changed hands a couple times. Mike Graham, Steve Kern, Dusty Rhodes, Gordon Soley. We trained Dustin Rhodes. I mean, there was a whole host of, you know, Razor Ramon came through here, Scott Hall. I mean, it's just so many of the Robbie Van Dam, we trained with him. And
now, you never moved up to WWF or WWE, did you?
No, we were getting ready to go up there, but then we went up to Tennessee, and the Nasty Boys we wrestled with for over 2 years and took the tag belts from them. They went up to the WWE. I guess it was WWE by then. It was the WWF, as you remember, until they got sued.
World Wildlife Foundation or something was that acronym,
exactly. Yes. And, you know, we wrestled them for 2 years down here all over the state of Florida, Georgia, the Bahamas, and we had a territory down here. And we had a good time with Sags and Knobs. They wound up being the tag team champions of the world. And no, I got kudos to them. And hey, me and Kenny were that good too. But you know, when it became our time, we just went back home. You know what? I give these guys a lot of credit because, you know, they're traveling. It's tough, and you're away from home. It's kind of like being in the military a little bit because you're always gone from home.
Yep. Hold that point there. We got another half hour here with Charlie the Plumber in studio this morning. Just me and him this morning. Kelly Wilson is out sick. So if you're listening to the program on the radio, keep in mind you can also see it live in studio at TampaBayRadio.com via the live stream. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business.
I feel guilty that I can't always be there when Mom feels stuck at home. She was always there for us. But now she can't get out, and I'm not always available to take her places. Someone else needs to help her get around. Then I learned about Home Instead. Now Mom can do what she enjoys because her personal caregiver is there, and I can just be a daughter again.
Are you struggling to care for your loved one? We can help. Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
Hi, welcome to Yeager's. We just want to take a minute and show you what we're all about. At Yeager's, our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring-type products, hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tiles, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting, how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
Expressway from Van Dyke to around Hutchinson, then on the brakes again from Waters Avenue to the Courtney Campbell Causeway. See traffic problems, call the injury firm of Abrahamson Uterick, Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Unbound. Right now, there's a girl in India who has dreams bigger than her village. Right now, there's an elder in Guatemala who dreams of a life of greater dignity and less loneliness. You can help change the future of one person in a single moment. Begin the change at unbound.org.
1250 winds, weather center forecast. Once again, we'll see those temperatures a bit warmer than usual for this time of year. Low to mid 80s, mix of sun and clouds. Slight chance for a shower today. Upper 60s for the low. Tomorrow, upper 70s. Look for some rain, more clouds, and a cooler day on Friday in the mid 70s. Impact Radio 1250 winds, WHNZ.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly on 1250 Winds WHNZ. Missed the show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here are your hosts, Jamie and Kelly.
And welcome back to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business. Kelly Wilson is out sick, so it's just me one-on-one with Charlie the Plumber. And Charlie and I go back to the near beginning of the real estate program, actually. I met Jim Yeager as an early show partner with the program. Jim did a few shows with me, and he said, you know what, man? I said, you know, I don't feel like I'm lively enough for the radio. He's like, I got this one guy. His name's Charlie. You mind if I bring him in with me? I was like, yeah, sure, man. You're a show partner. You know, I'm happy to, bring in one of your vendors. And so he shows up, Charlie the Plumber, that morning. I'd never met this guy in my life. And he's like, where's Jack and Ted at? And so I go there, and I was like, well, they're right around the corner, not even knowing he knows him. So I started like making an introduction to him, and they're like, Ted Webb like gives him a hug. He's like, hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Yeah. Come to find out, he's like a regular caller for Ted and Jack and Ted's program, and he's been on the program probably at least a couple dozen times since then and everything. And so just a great American, very opinionated. He rubs some people the wrong way, but he's never short on words, are you, Charlie?
Oh, no, I'm not. And I was right again about Donald Trump becoming president, too. You know what? Well, I'm going to be rubbing that in for the next 4 years. You know what? I'm just really loving it, because we really need to right the country. It was listening so far to the left that now we can, kind of straighten this ship up.
Just be sure to hold him accountable, because if he doesn't perform, that's the problem with other people on both sides of the aisle. It's like they're going to root for their team no matter how bad or good they're going to do. So when your person's doing bad, you got to step up and say, listen, man, this ain't right. And that's the problem I have with politics, is so many people just take a side and they never admit when their person is doing right, bad or right, good, So just be sure to hold him accountable. That's for everybody out there. Don't be so one-sided that you can't say when you're a candidate or whether you're left wing or right wing is not maybe performing up to par and everything. So that's just one of my big complaints with politics.
Sure, certainly. And you know what? Like you said, in the next 4 years, we will know, and whether he gets another 4 years after that or not, or whether we, if he doesn't perform, we'll fire him too. You're fired. But right now, he's hired.
He is hired, yes. And so, given that he'll survive the recount efforts over the next month or so.
Oh, that's a joke. Come on. Hey, you know what? That was so hilarious. Hillary was saying, how dare Donald Trump? How dare him not want to make this election like it's on the up and up. How, before it was all over, thinking that Donald Trump is going to challenge the results. That's un-American. It's, undemocratic. She was just going on and on. She was on about 10 different takes talking about this. And now what is she doing? She's contesting.
I was reading on Drudge the other day that they've already missed the Pennsylvania deadline. And so,
I know, moron.
And so to me, it's a dead deal already because they need Pennsylvania.
Was it Jill Stein? She's the one.
She was the one who brought it up and then got Hillary on the bandwagon. It really amounts to, if you listen to all the talking heads, just a fundraising effort on behalf of the left and everything to raise some money and everything.
Well, yeah. After Jill, they put her up to doing this because she didn't have a chance of winning. She did that so Hillary could jump on board, which she said she wasn't going to do. And to me, when Donald Trump said he wasn't going to kind of go after her for all the crimes and
a lot of people say Jill Stein cost Hillary the election because if 1/4 of the votes in Wisconsin or 10% in Michigan and a certain small percentage in the ones that went to her in those 3 states, including Pennsylvania, had went to Hillary would have won.
Correct, and Hillary's bringing a lot of this bad karma back on herself because at first she was going to say, Donald Trump won. She conceded. She was all kumbaya, and we'll help them with the transition. But you know what? Then she's going back on that right now. So if Donald Trump's Justice Department does look into her affairs and they decide to prosecute her, bad karma. You know what? I don't believe anything that a lot of these politicians say because they say one thing and 2 weeks later they're saying something totally opposite. I think that's pretty much on par for both sides. That's why we need to drain the swamp.
January 20th, he'll be the next president, number 54 or something, 55. I forget what number we're on now. But nonetheless, we'll see how he does. But just hold him accountable is all I'm saying. Just be sure to hold him accountable.
Correct. Hey, can you say, President Donald J. Trump? Hey, I can.
I still have a heart. I mean, I did vote for Donald Trump and everything, but it's so weird to see him as president. And I've said for a long time, just like you, that we needed to have a business person in office. And that's why I supported Donald Trump, is because of the business side of things. All the other stuff he said, I think he's a clown and an idiot and all that other stuff on the personal side. At the end of the day, though, the state of the economy is what turned me into a Trump voter, is I believed as a business professional, he's going to, have the skills to set the ship right. Now, running a government is not like running a business, although I can't, attest. I've never been in the government, but he's going to have to learn some different techniques with running a government, though.
Well, he spent less money than anybody, just a trifle amount. And you know what? This is what we need to do with the government. We need to streamline it, make it lean, do away with the EPA, the IRS, and many of the other.
Well, he was able to spend less money because he was a media darling. He got all that free media and everything just because he was a celebrity. And so he had a huge natural advantage.
He knew how to use the media. Everybody else had the same opportunity. All these shows were begging Hillary to come on there and these other politicians, and they wouldn't do it. You know why? Because they're hit hard with these questions. And Donald Trump was too. And a lot of times he stepped in it. And every week, oh no, that's it. He's done. He's finished. It's like every week. But you know what? He's resilient. He bounced back. He got a way of getting it done with the pittance of the money spent by these other politicians. You see, this is what politicians do. They spend money. They spend money well. But it's not their money. It's the taxpayers' money. They create one thing. They create debt for us, we the people.
And we're at $19 trillion of it right now. It'll be interesting to see if that debt clock starts to ever roll backwards. I always wonder what's controlling that debt clock, too, that's over there in Washington.
Well, it's $19.5 trillion. But who's counting another $500 billion or so, or, whatever it is. Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's more money than any of us will ever make. And
so I know you wanted to also mention some things about Yeager and Company again. Go ahead and put out some promos there for Yeager.
Well, you know what? Jim Yeager, we need to have him run for office, too. You know what? We need a really honest businessman. Maybe we could have him run for governor. You know what? Rick Scott's going to be leaving here before too long, and
John Morgan's name's in the race for governor now.
Morgan for the medical marijuana for the people.
His name's in the race.
Plumber signing up.
He's in the race now, or his name's in the.
Yeah,
in the,
but
I'm
not going to vote for John Morgan. But he did do the good thing about the medical marijuana because a lot of people did need that, Jamie, for pain relief. Hey, get them off the oxy and hydrocodone, the opiates, which kill more people than all the illegal drugs put together. You know what? We really need. We got a big drug epidemic, a heroin epidemic. We got the synthetic opiate epidemic. Everybody in this country's probably had a family member or has been touched by a death in the family because of this. And you know what? People that do the medical marijuana, what do? They get the munchies. They go to sleep. They're not breaking into your house, stealing stuff. You know what?
I always say it's interesting, how because you have alcohol and then you have marijuana, and I've always said, what society got those two things backwards. Alcohol should be illegal, marijuana should have been legalized, but it was the misconceptions of marijuana early on that turned society against marijuana. Reefer madness, and that it was a drug that drove people crazy and violent, and really it was because of alcohol that people get crazy and violent. If you talk to a law enforcement officer, I think they'll tell you 50% of the calls they go on are in some way related to alcohol, and it's just society got those two things backwards.
You know what, Jamie? People can die from alcohol poisoning, and you know what? It's a real thing. But people don't die from.
And alcohol is no more a gateway. I mean, like beer is no more a gateway drug to hard liquor as marijuana is to heroin and all those other things too. And so everybody starts with just a simple little Bud Light, no big deal. Next thing you know, they're doing shots of Jack Daniels and Three Wiseman shots at the bar and everything. So and they're in trouble.
Smoking cigarettes.
So, but I myself, I drink beer and I like wine and all that stuff too. I like that stuff. But when you start talking about the legalization of marijuana, I'm thinking alcohol causes way more problems than marijuana's ever caused.
Yeah. Keep the violent criminals locked up and let out the potheads. Hey, but getting back to Jim Yeager, Jim is the ultimate professional. And you know what? He's really the very best at what he does, too. I mean, Jim truly cares about the quality of the finished products between the kitchens, Jamie, the bathrooms, the flooring. He goes above and beyond. He's clean, competent. He has the guys that work for him. It's like a well-oiled machine, and these guys are the epitome of being a professional at what they do. And I'm happy to do some of his plumbing and be part of the team. And
yeah, they have a beautiful showroom too up in Odessa. It's at 2310 Success Drive, and again, they're specializing in flooring, but also kitchen and bath remodelings. But really, anything related to building and contracting, they can definitely help you out with. So please help support Yeager and Company. You're helping to support the show. You're helping to support Charlie the Plumber. Their phone number over there is 813-918-2737. Again, 813-918-2737, and say you're supporting Yeager and Company because you support Charlie the Plumber, you support the radio show, you support the Marines out there, you support the free economy and everything. That's something that's near and dear to Jim Yeager, and Yeager and Company has been a big supporter of the program. And again, that beautiful showroom up there is just incredible.
Oh, it's gorgeous. You know what? And plus, they can go on his website and see a lot of the finished products that they've done. And I was just looking through them again the other day. I'm thinking, wow, man, this work is so gorgeous. And he's been on Angie's list for the last 12 years. He's on the one of the top flooring contractors and bathrooms and kitchens, and people just need to go there and see. Go to the website. You can see Yeager Flooring, Yeager and Company. You can see the beautiful finished products, and they go from the mid-range houses all the way up to the multi-million-dollar mansions, and
he is important to mention. He's an Angie's List Super Service Award winner for 8, 9, 10 years in a row, and so definitely has the reviews over there on Angie's List to verify. So, and he's also done a number of jobs for me in the real estate team. And so, reach out to him, YeagerFlooring.com or 813-918-2737. And if you need some plumbing work, give him a call and let him call Charlie the Plumber over to your house.
You know what
and
I love about Jim?
Talk a little politics with him. Go ahead.
You know what? He says it like it is. He's so calm, cool, collective. But then again, don't piss him off. No. He keeps me in line. He'll tell me, stand down, Marine. Drop down. Give me 50.
Who has
I drop down. I give him 50.
Does he have a higher rank than you in the Marines?
Oh, he does.
All right, so you got to listen to him then.
He's my slightly older, much better looking and smarter Marine Corps brother. I tell you what, I love the guy. You know what? What a wonderful family, and his wife Susan, and the great American success story. I tell you what, we need people like that running this country.
Currently in studio with Charlie the Plumber on this Wednesday's edition of That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly. Kelly is out sick this morning. Probably a good thing, too, because she might be scared in studio with
we
Charlie.
Love Kelly. Kelly, get well quickly. We love you.
We'll probably see her back in here tomorrow, but we got to take a break. Got another segment here with Charlie the Plumber when we come back from the break on That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business.
What's up, business rock stars? Are you ready to bring out the CEO in you? Join Julianne Nichols, CEO of Focus on You Strategy, every other Friday on That Business Show. She'll be talking with other chief entrepreneurial officers about how they grew their businesses. Remember, you could join the conversation at Focus on You Strategies Focus Fridays Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. That's facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. Be the CEO of you. Did you know the biggest challenge business leaders face today is creating an engaged and productive workforce culture? Bill Meyer Ham Consulting wants to help you solve this challenge. They will help you transform your workforce culture to produce amazing business results. Call Bill Meyer Ham Consulting at 941-201-4650 today or visit BillMeyerHam.com. That's BillMeyerHam.com. Have a conversation.
I knew Mom wanted to stay at home. It's the center of her family, her life. But helping Mom stay in her home while managing mine was just too much. Honestly, it wasn't just about me. Mom didn't want me to be her caretaker. She wanted me to be her daughter. I felt so alone until I found out about Home Instead Senior Care. When we met the people at Home Instead, we just knew they were different. The experience was personal. And most importantly, for Mom and me, I get to be her daughter again.
Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
At Vein 911, we will help you feel great again. Do you have restless legs, night leg cramps, or ankle swelling? Restless legs, cramping, swelling, and tired heavy legs are often symptoms of hidden vein disease. You do not have to have visible bulging veins to have the symptoms of vein disease. The vein care specialists at Vein 911 are uniquely qualified to evaluate and treat your veins. Are you unhappy with your previous vein treatment? Vein 911 succeeds where others fail. Call Vein 911 today at 855-VEIN-911. That's 855-834-6911 to book your free consultation. Vein 911. We will help you feel great again. If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Taseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktaseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. Rick Taseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project.
Savvy business owners utilize technology to connect with customers, communicate among teams, and collaborate with partners. Even with advances in technology, you all know it's not infallible. Where do you turn when your technology starts working against you? Who do you depend on to keep your team productive? Don't wait until your technology fails you. Get ahead of the crisis and contact the professionals at Alpha Computing Solutions so they can show you how to keep your technology running smoothly. Visit them online at www.alphacomputing.com.
Who doesn't have a smartphone these days? And of course, there's an app for everything. Well, almost everything. That's why the folks at Popcorn Apps started developing mobile applications. They saw people like you with genius ideas, unable to make those thoughts a reality. They develop applications for tens of thousands of dollars less than you'll find anywhere else, and will turn your idea into a reality in a matter of just a few months. Think you're not ready? Think again. They are your one-stop shop for mobile application development. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today.
Morning heavy traffic on the southbound side of the Veterans Expressway between Van Dyke and Hutchinson. Northbound Veterans Expressway slow between the Courtney Campbell Causeway and Waters Avenue due to construction. And a serious crash investigation has southbound 56th Street blocked at Hillsborough Avenue. You'll be turned westbound onto Hillsborough or use southbound 40th Street instead. See traffic problems, call the injury firm of Abrahamson Uterick. Hillsborough traffic tip line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Unbound. This report is brought to you by Unbound. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at unbound.org.
Today, a mix of sun and clouds with just a slight rain chance, high 83. Tonight, some patchy fog, low 68. Tomorrow, a 20% chance of showers, high 80.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here are your hosts, Jamie and Kelly.
And welcome back to the morning discussion here on That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business. If you're wondering how to get onto the program, visit tbsinterview.com. You can fill out the request form and see some FAQs over there, how to get onto the program. Again, tbsinterview.com. Also, we make the show available all across social media and also on iTunes as a podcast. So we'd appreciate you supporting the program by subscribing to the program on iTunes and also on our YouTube channel, where all the high-definition videos are uploaded by the hour shortly thereafter each airing of the program. And that website, youtube.com/my name, Jamie Meloni. In studio with Charlie the Plumber in place of Jim Yeager this morning, representing Yeager & Company, a third-generation flooring and kitchen and bath remodeling company. A nice showroom up at 2310 Success Drive. So please help support the program and support Jim Yeager & Company by giving them a call or stopping by their showroom. Again, you can give them a call at 813-918-2737. Again, 813-918-2737. And you kind of had a meeting with Jim and just kind of met him on the street too, right? In passing, right?
I was hitchhiking and he picks me up. No, not really. Anyway, no. Yeah, we got together. He one of the employees saw my Marine Corps tag on the back of my truck, and the guy gave me a call and said, hey, Jim's a Marine too, and let me give you his phone number, and he's looking for a plumber. And first time I talked to Jim on the phone, we hit it right off. It was like, man, I talked to him for about 40 minutes on the phone, and he was just thinking, man, I love this guy already.
And Marines stick together. I mean, I'm sure that's part of the brotherhood.
It's a brotherhood. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
And Jim, through the years, has brought a number of different people that he's brought in from the military into the workforce through his PI to PI program, Paris Island to private industry. But he's a big supporter of the returning military, getting them back into the workforce,
that and creating jobs. And I think Donald Trump should make Jim Yeager the job czar. You know what? Jim creates jobs like a lot of other great Americans. And let's face it, it's not the easiest thing to do, but Jim's not doing it because it's easy. He gives a lot back to the community. He gives a lot back to the veterans. I mean, he keeps a lot of families fed by, hiring people, keeping them working, bringing in paychecks. Another thing, too, I'd like to give a shout out to all the rich people out there, because we love the rich people. Believe me, you know what? We go into these big, beautiful mansions, we tear out these big, beautiful kitchens and bathrooms, and we put new ones in. They're keeping us working. They're keeping us fed. You know what? And plus, we do work for average homes as well. They do it all.
Hey, you say the plumbers are what keeps us a civilized country, though, right?
Yeah, you know what? Because you figure if we didn't have potable water, if we didn't have modern sewage, we like old.
We would be a third world country.
We would, because old England, remember, they had the open sewers. You'd throw the bath.
I don't remember that, by the way.
Well, you imagine New York City like that, throwing the bath water out from 100 stories up, open sewers. It kind of smells like a cesspool anyway, but in some places. But, if you don't have potable water, these third world countries, people die from dysentery. They die because the water they drink is the same water they go to the bathroom in and they wash in, and their average life expectancy.
So how long have you been doing plumbing now? You were in the Marines, and you're a wrestler, and then you got into plumbing business after that?
Well, yeah, my father was a plumber, so I'm a second-generation plumber, and I started off 16 years old before I went in the Marine Corps doing plumbing. And I'm on the job with my father one day, and I'm thinking to myself, boy, this sucks. I wanted to be on the beach with my girlfriends. But anyway, that grew on me. It's not, it's a good, honest trade. Most of the plumbers I know are very honest people. They're very logical because there's a lot of math involved.
A lot of math involved. How's a lot of math involved?
Because the layouts, the plans, the angles.
I always wonder how you guys get underneath the houses and stuff, and those pipes are broken up underneath the houses, and fix those things.
Well, yeah, it's tough. There's all aspects of plumbing. Between that, the commercial plumbing. If you ever open up a plumbing book, especially the ones we take the state test, it's nothing but math. There's business and finance as well, don't get me wrong, but that's the second day of testing. But there's so much math involved, and math is a logical science. So, more of the people, like the college professors, of course, are the ones that teach math. Are basically, most of them are conservative, so to speak.
And you have a 4-year degree, right? Or you have a master's?
Yes, I do.
Did you have a master's too?
Yeah, I'm a got a master's in plumbing.
Master's in plumbing and 4-year degree.
Master's in plumbing, you know what?
Doing a good American trade plumbing, and so it definitely.
Well, yeah, try to outsource plumbing. Call India for plumbing. I'll be right over. Yeah, right.
But you seem so passionate about politics. How come you never got involved in politics? Then?
Oh, I do. I call in all the radio shows. And,
just call the radio show host and bug them out.
And you know, I espouse my Christian capitalist conservative values and.
But why never running for a political office? Why never taking it to the masses?
With that too, but you know, I like doing my plumbing. You know, politics is such a dirty, filthy, stinking business, and it's nasty. And but like I said, I went to the 5 Trump rallies. I was a big supporter of Donald Trump, big cheerleader. I knew we needed a business.
And I know I got pictures from each one when he was there.
Oh yeah. You know what? Let's give somebody else a chance. You know, we see what a community organizer has done to the country. Another $10 trillion in debt. Everything he's touched is gone the wrong way. You know, what's going to be his legacy? Oh, the Iran nuclear weapons program. Oh, if you like your nuclear weapons program, you can keep it. Unlike your doctor, unlike your health care provider. I mean, like, really? I mean, what has he done that's been successful? His health care is going to be gone by the wayside. All the executive orders he signed are going to be nullified. I mean, can anybody name one thing he's done that's going to be his legacy? Oh, I got it. 10 trillion more in debt. That's his legacy.
Charlie the Plumber here on the morning discussion, never holding anything back. And so, but yeah, I just thought you would went into politics at some point because you're so passionate about it. So it's a future of mine too. I'm considering going into politics.
Yeah, buddy, might want me to run for the.
Be sure to support me, though. I definitely have you on the front lines of my campaign party and stuff.
I'll
make
support me for the mayor of Tampa.
Maybe so.
I just need to get people can start sending me money. Well, we'll set up a fund, Charlie the Plumber for mayor of City of Tampa. You know what, Bob Buckhorn. He's a Yankee. He's from Illinois. What does he know about the South?
All right, we got to wrap up the show. So we got through it, an hour with Charlie the Plumber here. So we are done. And so again, Charlie the Plumber, we appreciate the show support.
Jamie, come on.
And we're going to have to dial back the testosterone for the next hour because we're going to go on to the Working Woman Wednesdays segment of the program where we talk with members of the professional networking group, Working Women
touch with my feminine side.
of Tampa Bay. So Charlie will be leaving us for the 8 o'clock hour, but we wish him well, and we'll definitely see him back in here again. So Charlie,
so long from the Sunshine State.
You've been listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business.